Hello, welcome to Notary Life with Kimmi. Hey guys, it's been a minute since I did like a little day in the life or video like this, so I want to go ahead and do this video. For those of you who do not know, I am a Notary Loan signing agent in the state of Georgia. I'm also one of the trainers and notary educators, and I actually still work out in the field very actively, so I'm not just a YouTuber. And today I just had a signing. I wanted to come to you and share some tips with you that will help you, so get your pen and paper ready. First of all, with the package that I had was a seller's package, and the documents within the package were a little bit different. It was a 95-page package. 25 to 30 of the pages actually needed to be initialed on the bottom. That was written pretty clearly. So if you prepare your documents as I teach you, and Alexis teaches you in training, you will prepare your package. And when I say prepare your package, I still use stickies, so you may want to do that. So I actually always look at my package and prepare it. But this particular time, the attorney reached out to me to remind me that this particular package has so many initial spaces, which is not common. What I saw today is not really common. I'm actually an hour and a half away from my normal travel area, so I charged accordingly. That's another tip. The further you go out, you want to ask for more money. And the person was very willing to accommodate. A couple other things about this package that you want to take note of when you're preparing your loan signing package is to make sure there were like 4 pages within the package that did not have any name above the line for the signer. So it was just a little small X and a line. So if you're not an experienced notary, you probably would have skipped it, or if you haven't had proper training. So I'm going to give you these tips. So you want to make sure that if it's a line on the document, if you're unsure if it needs to be signed, you want to reach out to whoever gave you the package. But in this case, I knew by me being an experienced notary that those documents need to be signed. So just because you don't see a signer's name doesn't mean it doesn't require a signature, and that's very important, okay? A couple more tips about this signing was the way it came in to be printed was not normal. So today, Jeffrey is my husband. For those of you who don't know, he actually printed the documents for me today. And those documents didn't come in a regular file. So you want to make sure you take time to look at your package and do a couple sample prints if something looks off, because when he actually printed it, it didn't look right. It just did not. So we had to put all of this on legal pages, legal size, 8.5 by 14. That was not the instructions. There were no instructions from this particular lender as to what size paper it needed to be. However, again, if something doesn't look right when you actually look at it on your computer, then you want to take the time to print 1 or 2 before you print 95 pages and see what's going on with it, okay? Very important. So in this case, the decision we made was to make it all on legal size. If not, and we tried to put it all on letter, it would have been very tiny for the signer to look at it and to read it, okay? A couple more points about this signing. So once we arrived at the signing, the client did not want to really give us a table to use. So I always say take control of your environment when you get there. We did ask again for the client to allow us to have a full table. She had like a little laptop table like to serve food on, but it wasn't even really a hard surface, so that made it complicated. We had 95 pages to get through, so you want to take control of the situation, because what she was trying to get us to sign on, we would still be sitting there an hour later. It was no way we were going to get through the package signing as rapidly as I would have liked, okay? So in this case, we had our own table. So if you don't have a table, you may want to get one. Look at my Notary Supply List at notaryeducatorsllc.com. I have a supply list over there, and the table that I used today was my black table. It's a miniature size table that folds up, And then there's a smaller metal table depending on what type of vehicle you have. So you can check out that. And you can also look at my, I don't know if I included that in my supply video or not. I can't think. But look at my supply list over at Notary Educators again. And that will give you an idea as to what kind of table you can buy when you go to a signing and they don't have everything you need. Because you want to get in and out as fast as you can. Okay. I provided the ink pens for the client, so you always want to have blue and black while we're talking. She also had to have 2 pieces of ID for the Patriot form, the Patriot Act form. One was already filled in from the company, but the second one I asked her for either, you can see what the requirements are on your list, but she provided me with the AT&T bill. Okay, so that was sufficient for the signing. We also needed a copy of her ID. She provided that today. Sometimes they don't. She happened to have a copier and she was able to print the copy for me. If not, I would have taken it with my phone and uploaded it myself and then deleted it off my phone. Some people have an issue with that. They feel like that's breaking security or, you know, stuff like that, a security breach, but I try to do whatever I can to facilitate the signing. So all in all, the signing went well, but I really wanted to reiterate these little tips that I provided you today because it's so important to make sure everything in that package is signed. Signed, initial, and dated. For additional training when it comes to notary, all things notary, I have my book that you can check out for your state if you're just new, called Start Your Notary Business. It's not that complicated. It's now available for all 50 states, including Washington, D.C. Each state has their own book. Alexis offers the notary signing agent training as well as a pre-recorded course. We have live training, pre-recorded, everything you need. Angela offers the apostille training, and she also helps me with Notarize Like a Pro course, where we teach you how to properly notarize documents. Hey guys, so I thought I would come back to you and give you a couple more updates on this particular signing that I told you I had with all the little tricky pieces to it. Now I'm trying to take this package to UPS, and you would not believe there's a power outage like a 5-mile radius of where I am. So I just took this package to a UPS store. I was looking for one and looking for one. Finally find one. I don't know why they're so scattered in this particular area where I am, and there is no UPS. Finally find one, but again, there's a power outage within a 5-mile radius. So I still have this package. It's $3.49, and I've never had this happen before. So I'm trying to get to UPS by 5. I do know where another location is. It's going to take me at least 30 minutes to get there. But my point in coming back to you is you want to make sure you know where several UPS locations are. If you don't hear the urgency in my voice, there's an urgency because they want this package back to sent over tonight. So I have to make a 5 o'clock deadline to find a UPS. So you want to know where several are located in your area. What I tend to do is I know where I am. Like I'm outside my normal travel area right now. So even on the UPS app, not on the UPS app, but GPS, you want to be looking. Okay, where's this one at? Where's that one at? So I get up in there and the ladies are looking all chill. First of all, when I was trying to go in a UPS store, it looked so dark. I said, well, they don't even look open. So I pulled the door. They were all more than excited to tell me, oh no, we don't have any. I said, I realized it when I walked in because of this whole area, like I said, don't have power. So I said, you ladies don't have power, do you? They were like, no. So of course, you know, they were kind of excited to say that. Really, I mean, they could chill out. But while they're excited to get a little extra break, I'm in panic mode because this package has to be there. So I'm headed to another UPS like I was saying before. One more tip about this package I realized that I forgot to tell you guys is the application part for the actual applicant. Sometimes it says joint and they want it initialed, and at other times some companies do not want it initialed if it's not joint, a joint application applying for credit. Well, in this particular case, my client's it's not joint, but the signing company that requested me, this attorney or whatever, they put a check mark there. They wanted that little box initialed. That's why I always say check and see the instructions of the lender if there's any indication that they want that box checked, because technically if you read it, it says sign or initial if joint credit. But again, in this case, it was not joint, but they had an X there. So if I would have missed it, or if I say to myself, oh, they don't have to, then that's an error. Okay, so whatever instructions come from your signing company or lender, if it's not something breaking the law, that trumps whatever you think you might want to do. Or sometimes what we've been trained to do. So you kind of just got to play that one by ear, but you always going to follow the law no matter what. And worst case scenario, you could always take it to a hub. Most of them, UPS, FedEx, they have a central hub that if you make it there before 8 p.m. normally is the last cutoff, last cutoff. Or sometimes you have to go to the airport. Now, I've never had to do all that, but I know that sometimes you can take stuff to the airport because that's 24 hours and maybe make it out same day. So I don't usually play that game. No, I try to have my ducks in a row as to where I need to go and what I need to get done. All right, until later, guys. Bye. Okay, hey guys, it's the last piece of the puzzle with this UPS story. So I had to drive 30 minutes to a UPS that was nowhere near where I was, but I had to come to my regular one, which is okay. And I got the package there before 5 o'clock with change to spare. For those that are younger, that means I made it in time. All right, and then I also got my receipt. Always make sure you get a receipt. Never put it in a drop box. Because part of my problem today was there was not another UPS store, but there was a whole bunch of those like little drop points, they call them. We never put our package in a drop point. Never, ever, ever just leave your package in a drop point, a standalone place. You've heard me say this in many videos, but it's really appropriate today because I couldn't even find another one. And I ain't gonna lie, half of me wanted to try to put it in one of those pickup points, because I was like something. Sorry about the camera, y'all. Hold on. Because I said something is better than nothing. So I was gonna go ahead and try to put it in one of those things, but then I said nope, I gotta find a standing location because these people paid me very well and these documents have to be back. Okay, so just a couple more tips, so just to kind of recap that because the camera was all over the place. You want to make sure that you take it to a actual location. Do not use those little freestanding locations. You also want to make sure you always get your receipt. And what I usually do is I'll email that to myself with the client's name and the subheading, just so I have a reference of it. So they can't say, well, they never got it, or, you know, I work on so many files, I may not even remember. So a few more tips, okay? All right, bye. So on behalf of Notary Life with Kimmi, Notary Educators, I hope these tips will help you to be a better notary signing agent and to have a fully prosperous business. Yes. Get the money, but be effective. You have to know how to do your notarial duties in order to be successful. So on that note, guys, I'm going to wish you much success in your business. Until next time, this is Kimmi. Bye. Be safe out there.